Good morning. Welcome to worship with the community of First Unitarian Church of Omaha. I'm Reverend Shari Woodbury, the congregation's minister. Whether you're here in the sanctuary or attending online, I'm glad you have chosen to plug into this community. We gather each week to worship, a word which from its Latin roots means to remember that which is of worth. And so we gather together in Community Weekly to ground ourselves in our highest values. A special welcome to visitors. This congregation is a community of all ages and abilities. It's a community of diverse cultural and class backgrounds. It's a community with a rainbow of gender and sexual identities. We draw from many sources of inspiration and share common liberal religious values. Whoever you may be, we welcome you to bring your whole self into this space. Visitors are invited to fill out a visitor form. If you're here in the pews, it's a yellow form in the hymnal racks. That'll get you on our email list if you want to keep up with what's happening in the church. If you're online, you'll find a link to an online form below the service description on YouTube. And I invite everyone to subscribe to our YouTube channel and any other social media that you use. And if you see a message that really resonates with you and you think it might touch someone else, please pass it along. We don't actually have any announcements today. I do want to share that our church occupies the traditional treaty lands of the Omaha and Otoe, Missouri tribal nations whose sovereignty existed long before the state of Nebraska. We express our respect to other tribes native to Nebraska as well, including the Winnebago, the Santee Sioux, and the Ponca, as well as many others who are present in the metro area. Our aspiration is to continue to educate ourselves and support causes, charities, and rights of Native peoples. Again, welcome to worship. And I invite you, just as you are from your seat, to join in a gathering chant. It's number 188 in the hymnal, or you can look at the slide. And for anyone who feels so moved, you can add the counterpoint that's on the slide. We'll sing it 3 times. Invite forward Russell Porter to light the flaming chalice. We're sending all good wishes with Russell and Lynn as they prepare for their move to Des Moines this month. Will you join me in the chalice lighting words? Spark of the Spirit, cupped in earth's embrace, light of love, alive in all creation. As we kindle this flame, we rekindle our connection to the sacred web of life. Co-regulation by Elizabeth Mount. From our very first breath, we reach out Co-regulation, not self-regulation, is our nature. We find our cues from the sun and the moon, from each parent and caregiver. We find our place in this great turning planet by turning to one another, generation to generation. We awaken to the dawn and fall asleep at the evening's end. Our life's journey is part of something greater, something simple, something divine. A flame cannot be lit without a spark. A life cannot begin without air. And we cannot begin to find ourselves without love. May we reach out to one another. May we offer love and nurturing care. May we join together in celebration of the interdependence of our lives. In this spirit, let us worship together. I invite you to rise if that feels good in your body. We're going to sing from the Gray Hymnal number 134, Our World is One World. And Judy's going to play through it for us once before we sing. Each week, we practice our value of generosity as we take up a community offering. Half of undesignated gifts are donated to a local cause which resonates with Unitarian Universalist values. The other half supports the work of this congregation. If you're online or prefer to give with your smartphone, you can use the QR code or link provided. For the month of June, our Share the Plate recipient is Parents, Families, and Friends of Lesbians and Gays, also known as PFLAG. PFLAG is the United States' largest organization for parents, families, friends, and allies united with people who are lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and queer, LGBTQ. Thank you for giving in a spirit of generosity. Lovely to have Judi Unger back with us as our summer musician. This is a congregation that is held together not by a creed, but by a covenant of right relations. And we have a right relations committee, which helps us live into these values. A member of that team, Erica Irwin, has a right relations moment to share with us now.
Hi, everyone. This is my first time speaking up here, so that's a new experience. Fun. So again, I'm Erica. I'm been here a couple of years, so I think I know many of you, but not everyone. So some of you may know, others might not. I'm a therapist by day. That's my job. And the funny thing is that I hate conflict, like deeply despise it. I will do anything to avoid conflict, and that could be with the barista at Starbucks, or with a close family member, or a work colleague. So I'm a true Midwesterner in that way. So last summer, Elaine is a good friend of mine, and she was doing this right relations thing. So I said, well, I'll go because she's doing it. So it'll, I'll have fun. And some of you were there too. And I was taken aback because I think it was in the first session that Elaine talked about a conflict that she had with someone in the community, like a small, disagreement or something like that. And I was so impressed that she talked about it in such a calm and thoughtful way, and it was like it was just a normal part of life. And I was like, yeah, that's what I got to work on. I want to be able to do that too sometime. So we invite you. The same thing is happening this summer, starting next Saturday at time 9 to noon, and it'll be for 4 Saturdays. 14th, 21st, and 28th. Thank you. It was really meaningful. I wasn't able to go to all of them last year, but it left an impression on me. And so we hope you'll join us this summer. And perhaps you too will learn that conflict can be a good thing.
Thank you to our Right Relations team, giving us opportunities for spiritual growth by dealing with conflict in healthy ways. Yay. Okay, we come to the time for sharing joys and concerns, which we do every week. When we share those things that are brightening our own days, we can bring some of that brightness into the lives of those around us. And when we share the things that are difficult for us, our community can offer its care. Sometimes just in heart and mind and hugs, and sometimes in very practical ways. Colin, what do we have today for joys and concerns? There's a book at the back of the sanctuary where you can always write in if you want to have one shared that morning, or you can submit online.
From Sarah Copeland, saying, what a joy to spend time with Kim Donovan and Jerry Tritch at Fontanelle Forest yesterday. Thank you for offering a family-friendly outing as an auction event. It was so nice to explore together. I would also like to wish Erica a happy belated birthday, I believe. It was her birthday this week, and forgot to say that last week, but birthday, I think that's it.
Elaine's got one more. So for those online who didn't hear that, Elaine was just sharing that there's a conservatory of music that offers a number of free events. So she experienced, it was a joy to go to one of those events yesterday, and she encourages us to check that out, a wonderful way to get your musical spirit fed. I invite you to join in as you're so moved with our centering song. You can remain seated for this one, and if you know it well and it feels right to you, you can even feel free to close your eyes as we sing number 1009, Meditation on Breathing. On the wings of this music, I invite you into a time of contemplation. You may wish to check your posture, perhaps gently close your eyes and make your hands comfortable on your lap. After a common meditation, we'll hold a time of shared silence, which I'll end with the sound of the bell. First, I'd like to share with you as a meditation a poem from Atena O a UU who lives in Chicago. They describe themselves as a cultural worker who imagines Black liberation engaged in boundless curiosity. The poem is titled Conspiracy. What if we tried to breathe together? Pull in deep, release together. What would be born from a unified fulfillment of the bodily self and its undeniable need? What if we all try to breathe together? A shared breath is a moment, refreshment, and a reminder of our more than oneness. And if we continue, if we slow and quick a pace with each other, a murmuration of lungs becomes one organ singing. And if we continue, learn each other's rhythms over time, rising and falling like waves, we become a perfect thing. A conspiracy of dancing, a dance of need and met need, request and offering, feeding each other. What if we decide to breathe together? What if we open the airways? What if we unblock, unbind, unfetter the hands that feed us? The earth, the air, and the water that hold us and shape us were breathing together before we found ourselves existing. And so they will continue after we are gone. Imagine our final goodbye coming later than sooner. Imagine our final breaths in paradise. It's not too late to slow down, fall into the dance, catch the vibrating air, and release our lungs into song. Anything breathing cannot help but breathe. But breathing together is a choice we make. Let us breathe together in the silence. For our first reading, I share with you an excerpt from the beautiful book, A Sense of Wonder, by the noted scientist and environmentalist Rachel Carson. Carson writes, "If I had influence with the good fairy who is supposed to preside over the christening of children, I should ask that her gift to each child in the world be a sense of wonder, so indestructible that it would last throughout life, as an unfailing antidote against the boredom and disenchantment of later years, the sterile preoccupation with things that are artificial, the alienation from the sources of our strength. If a child is to keep alive his inborn sense of wonder without any such gift from the fairies, he needs the companionship of at least one adult who can share it, rediscovering with him the joy, excitement, and mystery of the world we live in." Carson goes on, "I sincerely believe that for the child and for the adult seeking to guide her, it is not half so important to know as to feel. If facts are the seeds that later produce knowledge and wisdom, then the emotions and the impressions of the senses are the fertile soil in which the seeds must grow. The years of early childhood are the time to prepare the soil. Once the emotions have been aroused, a sense of the beautiful, the excitement of the new and the unknown, a feeling of sympathy, pity, admiration, or love, then we wish for knowledge about the object of our emotional response. Once found, it has lasting meaning. What is the value of preserving and strengthening this sense of awe and wonder, this recognition of something beyond the boundaries of human existence? Those who dwell as scientists or laypersons among the beauties and mysteries of the earth are never alone or weary in life. Whatever the vexation or concerns of their personal lives, their thoughts can find paths that lead to inner contentment, and to renewed excitement in living. Those who contemplate the beauty of the earth find reserves of strength that will endure as long as life lasts. There is symbolic as well as actual beauty in the migration of the birds, the ebb and flow of the tides, the folded bud ready for spring. There is something infinitely healing in the repeated refrains of nature, the assurance that dawn comes after night and spring after winter. The lasting pleasures of contact with the natural world are not reserved for scientists, but are available to anyone who will place themselves under the influence of the earth, sea, and sky, and their amazing life. Just as you are seated, let us sing number 1052 from the Teal hymnal, The Oneness of Everything.
Thank you.
As we rest in silence, I invite you to experience that feeling of resting in the oneness of everything, including the community around you. It turns out one of the ways people can experience oneness together is by singing with one another. Science has explained the how of this phenomenon that so many choir singers, members of houses of worship, and humans communing around campfires have long known in our hearts and spirits. Let me share some fascinating background. I'll get back to the singing part in a moment. The polyvagal theory, pioneered by Stephen Porges, illuminates how our autonomic nervous system, the unconscious part of our nervous system that just does what it does, is critical to our sense of safety and well-being. There are several different modes of functioning that we can shift into, depending on what is happening in the environment around us. One state is how we function when all is well. We're ready to engage in trust-based interactions with other people and have access to our frontal cortex, the thinking and executive decision-making part of our brain, the part of us that allows us to be thoughtful. We're operating out of what is called the ventral vagal system during those times. Now, as a mammal, like all mammals, we have at least two other states that our nervous system can shift into. When the dorsal vagal system is active, we shut down emotionally and sometimes even physically. Not unlike how an animal faced by a predator may just go limp and unmoving. This reaction is rooted in the brainstem. And the final option, the third option, is the fight, flight, freeze reaction that is based in the limbic part of the brain. We might think of that as survival mode. I gotta fight, I gotta get away, I gotta deal with this crisis situation. So we have the built-in ability to shift in and out of all three of these nervous system states. Normal interaction, which the scientists call the social engagement system, survival mode, or shutdown. What's more, according to polyvagal theory, we are continuously picking up on signals from the environment that tell us whether we are safe. And that's what stimulates our shift into one or another state of our nervous system. Interestingly, there's a connection between the heart as a physiological organ, and these different states of being too. The ventral vagal state, the nervous system state in which we carry out ordinary social interaction, comes out of a heart to face connection. And the ventral vagal state, the operation of the heart, is closely coordinated with the muscles of the face and the head. We humans cue off each other as we are assessing whether we are safe, which we're constantly doing, whether it's a conscious or unconscious process. We are truly an interdependent sort of species. Our nervous systems crave reciprocal interaction. We need each other to function well. We need cues that we are safe. Certain kinds of activities are particularly effective for regulating each other's nervous systems, keeping us calm, feeling like it's okay, we're safe, able to function with our whole thinking brain. These activities include touch, which is so important between babies and caregivers, but also between humans of any age. And they also include rocking or rhythmic activity. You can think of a parent rocking their baby in the rocking chair. And I think sharing food and drink falls into this category too. It's a very ancient activity that tells us we're with our people if we're eating and drinking together. What else helps soothe our nervous systems and signal to our pre-mammalian brains that we are safe? Singing. Singing. It happens through the slower, deeper breathing that singing elicits. Our brains also coordinate the muscles in the face, head, and even the middle ear as we listen to music, plus the muscles in the throat as we form pitches. So singing is inherently a stabilizing activity for the nervous system. Make singing a collective activity in a comfortable setting, and you have an even more robust setup for soothing the nervous system and building healthy social connections. We're giving each other cues unconsciously to our bodies, one body to another, as we sing together. You are safe, you are safe, you are safe. How cool is that? Very cool, I think. No matter what changes in human spiritual life, we can be certain that singing together will remain one of the pillars for creating safe environments that promote healing and connection. I invite you to rise for these next couple of songs if that feels comfortable in your body. First, we'll do number 395 in the gray hymnal, Sing and Rejoice. We're going to do it twice through all together, and then we're going to split off and try it as a round. We'll see how it goes. So those on the piano side, after we've gone through it twice together, can continue on with Judi. And those on the organ side, we're going to pause and wait a little bit, and then we're going to come in on the second entrance together. Sing and rejoice. Why don't you play it through us for us once? All together. Sing and rejoice, sing and rejoice. Let all things living now sing and rejoice. Again. Sing and rejoice, sing and rejoice. Let all things living now sing and rejoice. Continue on the piano side. Here we go. Sing and rejoice, sing and rejoice. 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 Let all things living now sing and rejoice. Good at rounds. All right, and our next song is in the teal hymnal, number 1024. If you know it, you can just look at the slide for the words. It's a zipper song, so we're going to change out one word with each verse as they are printed in your program or shown on the slide. Oh, 5 verses. Is that what you're asking me? Yeah, 5. If you feel like marching, by the way, there is a rally on the Bob Carey pedestrian bridge this Saturday. I'll be there. I know some folks from our You the Vote Side with Love team will be there. Come and join us. All right, in the silence, let us hold that feeling of power from singing together, knowing we are connected and safe and we can do in the world. purpose of that rally, by the way. I think it's called the No Kings Rally, so it's about people power. If we believe in people and the power of democracy, it's a good place to be on Saturday. This next reading, I Want to Be with People, comes from Dana E. Worsnop. Often people say that they love coming to a place with so many like-minded people. She's talking about a UU congregation. I know just what they are getting at, and I know that they aren't getting it quite right. I don't want to be with a bunch of people who think just like me. I want to be in a beloved community where we don't have to think like everyone else to be loved, to be eligible for salvation. I want to be with people who value compassion, justice, love, and truth, though they have different thoughts and opinions on all sorts of things. I want to be with independent-minded people of good heart. I want to be with people who have many names and no name at all for God. I want to be with people who see me in my goodness and dignity, who also see my failings and foibles, and who still love me. I want to be with people who feel their interconnection with all existence and let it guide their footfalls upon the earth. I want to be with people who see life as a paradox and don't always rush to resolve it. I want to be with people who are willing to walk the tightrope that is life and who will hold my hand as I walk mine. I want to be with people who let church call them into a different way of being in the world. I want to be with people who support, encourage, and even challenge each other to higher and more ethical living. I want to be with people who inspire one another to follow the call of the Spirit. I want to be with people who covenant to be honest, engaged, and kind, who strive to keep their promises and hold me to the promises I make. It sounds like people who might go to the Right Relations workshops. I want to be with people who give of themselves, who share their hearts and minds and gifts. I want to be with people who know that human community is often warm and generous, sometimes challenging, and almost always a grand adventure. In short, I want to be with people like you. The final reading comes from Julian Jamaica Soto. It is titled, We Hold Hope Close. Soto writes, in this community, we hold hope close. We don't always know what comes next, but that cannot dissuade us. We don't always know just what to do, but that will not mean that we are lost in the wilderness. We rely on the certainty beneath, the foundation of our values and ethics. We are the people who return to love like a north star, and to the truth that we are greater together than we are alone. Our hope does not live in some glimmer of an indistinct future. Rather, we know the way to the world of which we dream. And by covenant and the movement forward of one right action and the next, we know that one day we will arrive home. From your seat, I invite you to find your song sheet and flip to the side that has a short song on the bottom half. We Hold This Love. This is another round. I'm not going to try to invite everyone to do it as a round in an organized kind of way, but once we get going on it together, if you feel like hopping in on another entrance, feel free to do so. We'll do it quite a few times. Here we go. And flip to the other side for the Heart of Us All, our closing song. Let's sing it through the first time together just on the syllable loo. So it'll be like loo, 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 just loo, loo, loo all the way through. And then we'll do the 2 verses as written. Here we go. Let us rest in the silence at the heart of us all. Take courage, friends. The way is often hard, the path is never clear, and the stakes are very high. But take courage, for deep down there is another truth. You are not alone.